the richest harness race of all time gets underway at Westbury, Long Island, and 37,000 have made Lehigh Hanover second favorite to undefeated Andorra's Dream. The purse is $170,000, with $85,000 to the horse home first. In the back near the rail is number 10, Thor Hanover, a 70-to-1 long shot, who is going to be the Cinderella horse here tonight. However, the backers of Andorra's Dream don't seem to be worried this early in the race. He shares the lead back and forth with other horses, and when they come into the stretch, it's Andorra's Dream and Lehigh Hanover who look like 1 and 2. Watch that horse move on the outside. That's number 10. It's Thor Hanover, and he moves like the wind to overtake and pass the leaders to cop first money.
What a race. The 1962 Messenger Stakes at Roosevelt Raceway. And who wins it? Thor Hanover, and only pays $1.44 for a deuce. Hello?
That's it. You know, back then, Roosevelt was a half-mile track, so the race went in 2:01 and 1. Yeah, I know. Now...
it's not even a half mile. It's a no mile.
That's a no mile, exactly.
It's not there anymore.
And the purse was just shy of $170,000.
Which back then was all the money, right?
All the money. As you would say, big clams, big clams.
Okay, you know, we caught up with a driver who was a Midwest guy. He actually began his career in Northfield, and he migrated to the East Coast, and he's a terrific guy and a great driver, and he's got a heck of a name to pronounce. And I call him Jimmy Pants for short. Here he is. We're here with top harness driver Jimmy Pants. Jim Pantaleano. Now, I know I said it wrong, right?
You got it good the last time.
Was it good?
Very good, yep. Got it right.
Because we've been doing the show, and every time we come to pronouncing your name, because you're involved in a lot of races, I always take the coward's way out, and they go, oh, Jimmy P, or Jimmy Pants, or Jimmy, because I can't pronounce the last name. And the actual pronunciation is?
Pantoliano.
I take it I'm not the first person to have difficulty with that name?
I've been getting that since grade school.
All right, you're a Midwest guy. You're from the area around Northfield. Is that where you got started?
That's right.
And you were at Northfield for how long?
Oh, gosh. Well, I was born in Cleveland, and I raced at Northfield since the early 80s, so I guess that'd be 25 years.
Is it in your blood, or are you a first-time harness person?
Pretty much first time. I had an uncle that had a couple horses at a fairgrounds in the Cleveland area that I messed around with a little bit.
How did you get started in harness racing?
My family, myself, lived close to the racetrack, and I like the races. I like to handicap the races. I like to go to the races and watch the horses race. And actually, my first job as a young person was I bussed tables in the clubhouse at the racetrack, because the racetrack kind of always was a draw for me.
So you got hooked on the flying turns, correct?
I guess you could say that. I like the horses more than the flying turns, but yeah, you could say that.
Okay, you came east in what, 2004, and you began racing here on the East Coast. And how has that been for you, and how is it different than the Midwest racing? Well,
it's much different. It's very, very competitive, as I'm sure everybody knows. All the best drivers in the world are out here on the East Coast. So in that way, it's been different, and it's been better because I like the competition, and it's very demanding.
Well, you fit in very well with this driver colony with the best guys in the world. And Jimmy P, thanks so much.
Thank you.
So glad we finally cleared that up, huh?
Oh, absolutely. You know, Jimmy P, Jimmy Trousers, as I like to call him. You call him Jimmy Pants, I call him Jimmy Trousers. Anyway, he gave me some really great advice when I was pregnant with my first child. It is our Mother's Day show. He said, don't ever let your kids, like, sleep in bed with you, because then you never can get them out of your bed. Yeah, do you think I took the advice?
No.
No, absolutely. Not with the first one and not with the second one.
And he was dead on, right on, right?
He was dead on, you're right.
All right, there you go. Hi, we're back, Steve and Heather, on another exciting edition of PA Harness Week. We're glad you're out there. And it's time now to go in the bike. Okay, time to head up to Yonkers Raceway. They have had a limb seemingly forever, but it's all building up to this big moment. and that is the richest harness race of the year thus far was at Yonkers Raceway, and it was the George Morton Levy Memorial for free-for-all pacers, and it was $495,000 on the line. The Ron Burke trained entry of Foiled Again with Yannick Gingras, and Southern Alley with Dave Miller went off at 3-5. Foreign Officer and Jimmy Pants. And This Is Wyatt with Eric Adele were 5-2. Gallant Yankee and Timmy Tetrick with a 7-2 third choice. And with the exciting call, here's John Herndon.
They're at 3/4 and Real Nice still in front, shrugging off. Gallant Yankee foiled again, sent 3 wide, 3/4 and 123 flat. They're on the final turn in the George Morton Levy final, and Real Nice trying to seal the deal. Foiled again, 3 wide between horses, and third is Gallant Yankee. This is Wyatt down towards the inside. They're into the stretch. It's Real Nice, foiled again, looking for his third straight. Levy finishing well on the far outside. Giddy Up Lucky. Down to the line, Real Nice digging in, Real Nice digging in, Real Nice!
All right, George Brennan, the minister of speed, blew out of the gate from the 5-hole, grabbed the top, and went through the early fractions at 26-3 and 55-3. Here comes Tim Tetrick on Gallant Yankee to test him. He can't get by. But flying up is Foiled Again and Giddy Up Lucky. Bottom line, Real Nice wired this very talented field to win in 1:51-2. And now with the co-feature of the night at Yonkers, here's the Blue Chip Matchmaker Stakes. And with that, here's Heather.
All right, yes, we got ladies here. $300,000 on the line. Ginger and Fred, heavy favorite with her stable mate from the Ron Burke stable, and that is Breakheart Pass. Tomorrow, Pan loves this track, but she's going off at 9-1 in here. And then All Spirit doing super in this series as well. She's won her last 2 legs.
Ginger and Fred shakes off Breakheart Pass towards the inside. Tomorrow Pan unleashing a bid. 3 wide is Hula Z-Tam with time ticking away in the Blue Chip Matchmaker final. And Ginger and Fred is going to be tested tonight. She is in deep water toward the inside. Tomorrow Pan shoots on through and takes the lead.
Tomorrow Pan sat in the garden spot behind a last year's champion for this series, which was Ginger and Fred. And you know what happens when you sit in the garden spot? Everything comes up roses, or that's what you hope anyway. In this case it did. Dan Dubé gets a pocket trip, wins in 1:53. Ginger and Fred raced great, but just tired late in the stretch. Took third. Save My Shark paced home in 27-2, and that horse finished second. $19.80 for a win payoff.
Okay, today is Kentucky Derby Day. Do you have a Derby pick before we leave?
I'm going to go with Nitros.
Nitros could be good. Okay. And my pick will be, I'm going to go for Mucho Macho Man, but I do like Dialed In a little bit. Okay? Remember, you can bet that terrific race right here at Harris Chester or Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. And from all of us here at PA Harness Week, including my partner Heather Moffat, I'm Steve Ross. See you next week. And remember to get high on harness.
It's only natural.
There they go. Explosive matter hits the Colonial easily. Underway.